In today's video, we go wherever the wind blows. I have no real direction of where I'm going. A couple things I want to see, a couple things I want to show you. So, y'all ready? While I'm in the area here, I decided to stop by and see Mr. Jim Bunning's grave, pay my respects. James Paul Jim Bunning, Hall of Fame 1996. Jim and Mary Catherine were married January the 26th, 1952. If you don't know Jim Bunning, he was a senator and a congressman for Kentucky. He was also a Major League Baseball player who happens to be in the Hall of Fame. He joined us October the 23rd, 1931. And he left us May 26th, 2017. It appears that his wife, Mary Catherine, is still with us. Mr. Bunning was known as a baseball player well before his political career started. He served as a politician for Kentucky, from Kentucky. He served in both chambers of the Congress. He was a senator, and he was a part of the House of Representatives. He was, looks like, House of Representatives 1987 to 1999, a member of the Senate from 1999 until 2011. He is the only Major League Baseball athlete to have been elected to both the United States Senate and the National Baseball Hall of Fame. How cool is that? Bunning played his baseball at St. Xavier High in Cincinnati, before he was eventually drafted by the Detroit Tigers. He pitched from 1955 to 1971 for the aforementioned Tigers, the Phillies, the Pirates, and the Dodgers. When Bunning retired, he had 2,855 strikeouts, and at the time that put him as the second most strikeouts in Major League history. A lot of things have changed. The game has evolved. He's currently ranked around 22nd, I believe. So that's a big drop, but it also shows how much the game has changed, right? Like Bunning had 2,800, and I forget how many Ryan's got, but it's well over 5,000. I mean, he basically doubled the guy that was in second place. It's wild. Then you got folks like Roger Clemens and Greg Maddux and Randy Johnson, of course. Randy is second now behind Nolan Ryan. Steve Carlton. I mean, just many folks have come since then. When Bunning retired, he had a one-loss record of 224 wins to 184 losses, which is really good considering some of the teams that he played for. They weren't great. Career earned run average was a 3.27, which is really good. In 1957, that's when he led the American League in wins. He had 20 wins that season, and innings pitched, 267 and a third innings. Which if you look at today's numbers, if folks get to 200, that's, oh, he's a workhorse, right? But he was a starting pitcher for the American League in the All-Star game. He pitched his first no-hitter against the Red Sox, and eventually he claimed, I think it was the 9th perfect game ever in Major League Baseball. So he was pretty good at what he did.
Not only is Bunning after a no-hitter, he's after a perfect ball game. Striking out, a perfect game for Jim Bunning. Here come his teammates. Oh, what a happy scene for the Phils and Jim Bunning.
If you didn't know what I'm about to tell you, hit that subscribe button over there. 1967, the Phillies began rebuilding, and they traded Mr. Bunning to the Pittsburgh Pirates. The interesting fact is, one of the prospects was Woody Fryman from Ewing, Kentucky. So a little Kentucky for Kentucky trade there. It's pretty neat. I know you didn't know that. No, I know. Go ahead, click that subscribe button. You know you want to. Most would say 1964 was Bunning's best season, and I would probably argue that same fact. He was a big key cog for the Philadelphia Phillies that season. Unfortunately, they were eventually beat out and they finished second. But yeah, he was a remarkable man, tremendous athlete, very, very intelligent gentleman. I mean, he just makes you be proud to be a Kentuckian, right? Bunning is one of only 4 Kentuckians that are in the Baseball Hall of Fame. The first is Earl Combs, who I'm probably going to do a video on pretty soon. He was the center fielder, leadoff hitter for the 1927 Yankees. Murderer's Row, as it was called, with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. Then you had Jim Bunning, you had Pee Wee Reese, and then not a player, as an executive, as commissioner, was who we just spoke about in Happy Chandler. He was the second commissioner of baseball. So there you go. Some pretty cool facts, some pretty cool cemetery.
And former U.S. Senator Jim Bunning has been laid to rest in his native Kentucky. Hundreds attended his funeral in Covington. Bunning won 224 games in a 17-year major league career. On Father's Day 1964, the right-hander pitched a perfect game against the New York Mets. Bunning is the only Baseball Hall of Famer to have ever served in Congress. Bunning died last week from complications of a stroke. He was 85 years old.
It is a beautiful, beautiful day. A great day to learn a little bit about a bridge that looks an awful lot like the Roebling Bridge. I wonder why.
No sleep till.
That's Mr. John Roebling. John designed the beautiful bridge that we just drove across. And it was opened in 1866. Now, John Roebling was born in 1806, and he left us in 1869. So there wasn't a whole lot of time between when he finished this bridge and he ultimately left us. So what makes this bridge special? Well, it was the first bridge to span the Ohio River. It's just over 1,000 feet long. And John took this bridge and it became his trademark, I guess. Kind of like King Griffey Jr.'s batting stance, or Boomer Esiason throwing left-handed, right? Like, you know, those guys. So this bridge is what made Roebling famous. Now, several years later, he would build this exact same bridge, but about 500 feet longer, and that is in Brooklyn, New York.
No sleep till.
Now, as you can see and now can hear, the bridge has a steel deck, which is rather loud if you're driving it across, or in this case standing underneath it. But it's kind of a necessity on a bridge built that long ago. Good old rabbit hash. Popular today. Barbecues bumping. People up here tasting wine. Good old rabbit hash. Kind of hoping there was a band playing today. There's a lot of folks here. It's a busy place. Some folks get kind of freaked out being on camera, so not gonna talk. Maybe inside. Enjoy. There's always good cold drinks, all kinds of different things to try. There's a cream soda. That right there is gonna do it with my LA. photo of Rabbit Hash on a little less busy day. And just in case you're unaware, the town mayor for Rabbit Hash is always a dog. So here are the updated numbers for this year. And I was very, very lucky to snag an interview with the front runner. He's in the lead to be the mayor. It's riveting how much he's got to say. Pablo, do good, my friend. Do good. That's a winner. That is delicious.